Hey, it's me, Pearl Snap. Welcome back to the channel. Make it snappy. I just want to give you some downloads. These have been piling up and I haven't been doing anything with them. But this video is called The Queen Died because this download was from September 8th. I think that was the day before all the news came on TV that the Queen died. So this was my download from that day. Big sweep coming. State is under emergency government like martial law. That was what I got because I kept seeing all the flags at half-mast and I wasn't sure why. But that was before the Queen died. So I thought, see, this state, New Mexico, is kind of creepy, and it's a blue state, and you know, I think it's a big human trafficking state, and so I think that flags at half-mast is kind of a signal to everyone that the government here is sort of like under arrest or something. That's my download. Like, it feels like this state is in big trouble. The state government here is in big trouble. I think there's a lot of people involved in the state government here that are not loyal to our country. I'm just going to say that out loud. I think that's what the flags at half-mast are all about. They're done, okay? Because of human and organ trafficking. I think there's organ trafficking here. Widespread organized crime, okay? Some of our law enforcement in this area are corrupt, also our justice system, and we know that about many cities in New Mexico, especially Albuquerque. Corrupt justice system, corrupt judges, catch and release criminals, you know. They bring in the criminals and then they just let them go, okay? And meanwhile, there's been a crime wave sweeping this state ever since I came here. 5 or 6 years ago, there's been a crime wave sweeping this state, okay? People are tired of it. Things can't be fixed unless military tribunals of some kind are put into operation. That's what I got. This is a download, okay? It's not coming from anywhere but up there into here. I saw that people will be processed. People who killed kids will not be given a second chance. They won't go to jail, okay? Because the helpless kids they trafficked didn't get any legal representation before they got swept away. Decisions have been made to just get rid of all the guilty on the spot as soon as they are pronounced guilty. That's what I got in my download. Of course, we know that there's stormy weather all over the country. Today's music link is, what else? Stormy weather. I saw that a special task force has been gathering evidence and doing the paperwork, and they are deadly serious. They dotted every I and crossed every T, and when ready, will strike. I saw the flags at half-mast again today. I think it's a signal that we're under a state of emergency, though many people don't know. Many are going to be very surprised. I also saw that a lot of bank accounts are about to be frozen, so people can't escape. No money for gas in cars, plane tickets, etc. I just also got, happening in Colorado at the same time. Okay, that's where I came from. And I saw a lot of really weird, suspicious things going on there before I came here too. I don't know if we'll be asked to leave here, meaning where I live, but definitely noticed fewer and fewer tenants and management, very spotty, temporary hours, fewer sightings of them, and landscaping work seriously neglected. I think some of the property management company people have already been pulled in for questioning or even jail for the hidden camera child sexploitation business that was going on here. Now, I can't prove that. But I did make a police report that I was suspicious about it right after I moved in here, and that might be why I got gang stalked. It's probably exactly why I got gang stalked. You know, I was interfering with their business, their dirty business. I realized they've also been selling video feed of me in my apartment, undressing in a bathroom, etc. Also, I realized my place was broken into many times by them. Okay, I want to get video of this to prove that this sliding door has been broken. I don't know how long, but someone could have accessed my unit through the back door anytime that this was broken like this. You can see this is in the locked position. Let me close up on that. The locked position is up, okay? It's locked right now. Let me just pull on it. You only have to pull on it one time to get it to open, okay? The first time you pull on it, I'm gonna lock it again. It's locked, but if I pull it again, it just opens right up. I wanna make sure I got that on video. They dusted my food with something that made me sleepy and groggy the first few months I lived here, then poisoned me. Someone came in here and put poison in my coffee canister. That was the first attempt on my life that didn't work. I vomited for about an hour and collapsed, and then I was okay. Because apparently you can't kill a chosen one. I don't know. I don't know if I'm a chosen one either. I'm going to put a disclaimer on that. I don't know, but I got all the typical, you know, earmarks of one. I really need a lawyer, and if I'm right, someone knows what happened. I think it's true. I'll get a huge settlement from the state because this property, low-income housing, is subsidized by the state of New Mexico. An attempted murder 3 times. Okay. And then the very next day after that, this big foo-foo about the queen's dead and, oh, it's go time, and right in the middle of this big storm season. So, you know, it feels to me like something's really changing. And, but like I said, I don't have any solid intel. I don't talk to anyone. I don't talk to anyone. You know, my intel comes from the Most High God. So let's do a little reading. I'm going to use these 3 decks today. I'm going to use the Mystical Medleys. I'm going to use the Mystic Martian Oracle. Love this one because of my location. And I'm also going to use my homemade New Mexico Sucks deck. Stay tuned. Okay, let's get it. This is my new Liberty Bell, I call it. Let's start out with my New Mexico Sucks deck. We'll get a few of these, and then we'll get some of these other cards. So what do we got here? It's not all bad in this deck. But this is my latest homemade deck. Whoa. I'm going to take these 2 that are showing. Oh, I'm going to take this one too. Okay. What do we have here? Know when to hold them. Know when to fold, know when to hold 'em. Know when to fold 'em. Do, 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 do. Sock puppet. Repeats without understanding. That kind of goes with this card here. Gabby, blabby, and grabby. NPC energy. These are these weird organic portal people. Some people call them. The people that are like body snatched, okay? That have some kind of entities taking a ride in a flesh suit that's either manufactured or hijacked, and this is how they act. This is a sign that you're around an NPC or an, these weird fake people. They talk too much. Gabby, blabby, and grabby. They're very clingy. They want to get near you and talk to you and suck out all your energy. Okay, this is really what clued me into these people in the first place. I started noticing that the person I was stuck with, which was actually an ex-boyfriend who would not leave me alone and was stalking me and was totally invaded my space, and I couldn't get rid of him. He talked too much all the time, and everything he said was stupid, I don't even know how he got to be my boyfriend in the first place. He came after me. This guy came after me. It was like I was targeted by someone using him almost like a weapon against me. He's like a weaponized person, okay? And I got all tied up with this person, and all tied up karma, hot mess. That's kind of what these people, these NPC, sock puppet, weird people are all about. They were sent out like as a weaponized force of weird fake human beings to get everybody tied up in karmic knots, I think. Make up your mind. Well, what I'm getting off this card is what you decide to believe is up to you. But whatever you buy into and believe is going to become the reality that unfolds for you. And so that's what I did. I kind of bought into that. And before long, it was my reality. I started noticing these NPC sock puppet weirdos were all over the place. And there were more and more and more of them. Now, redemption, I think this redemption card goes a little bit with that know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em card. Whatever you knew, like I held my cards pretty close to my chest for a long time, and I didn't tell people what I knew because a lot of people were just lurking, waiting to call you crazy, If you're somebody that knew stuff, they were and wanted to share it with other people. There was task forces of people who were like mental health industry people, but they were a new kind of fake mental health industry that was there to more as gatekeepers against the real truth than to help people with mental health issues. So I held my cards pretty close to my chest and didn't talk to many people about what I thought was going on, even though I could see it building up and up and up, and I felt a big buildup of it. I felt a big buildup of weirdness from about 2010 going forwards from there. Let's just take a couple cards for each one of these, though, okay? Know when to hold them, know when to fold them. Yeah, see, I was pretty strong about holding my cards close to my chest. And I had to decide for myself. I had to make up my own mind what I thought was going on. Five of Cups. Yeah, I definitely felt that whatever it was really negative. I felt that whatever was going on was very, very negative, and I felt that we were taking a lot of losses. But I wasn't really talking to people about it. Sock puppet. Yeah, there were a lot of sock puppets in the environment. They were all, gabbing, blabbing, and grabbing 2 cups. There's that lion energy again. Look at this card has a lion. Sorry, you can't see that. And this card has a lion. I definitely think, and see that snake there, somebody had made a deal in the background to bring all this weirdness on, but nobody knew what was going on, really. And meanwhile, we had all these sock puppets in the media. I think that's the media telling us their narrative about what was going on, right? Blah, blah, blah. A bunch of lies. A bunch of lies. What's Gabby, Blabby, and Grabby? Too many. Tower. Yeah, these people that were invading the environment, that were invading everywhere, that I felt this big buildup of these weird people, these NPC people that were, tying everybody up in knots and creating a hot mess of karma. They were bringing a tower. They were bringing a tower to everyone, everywhere. And we saw that. That's what happened. When the COVID broke out, okay, it was a tower moment. Looking back on it, who doesn't call that a tower moment? And now look where we're at. We're in a storm, okay? Ultimately, it brought this big storm that we're in now. All tied up in karma, hot mess, the star. So, now we're in a period of healing. And we're starting to see some of our wishes being fulfilled, such as wishes to slow things down a bit, and have some changes in the way we live as a result of the COVID. Not as many people want to work anymore, even work at all, and or they want to work from home. They want to see their families more, stuff like that. And I think those changes were very sorely needed, and it may be that was one of the objectives of whoever was working in the background. I think we had good guys and bad guys working in the background to bring these changes that we need. What else about that? Let's get another card there on that all tied up hot mess of karma. There are a lot of NPCs in Alamogordo. That was what I noticed when I first came here. They like to make you wait. That's how they suck energy out of you. Every time I went to the bank or to the grocery store, anywhere you had to wait in line, they would make you wait and wait and wait and wait and wait. And there would always be somebody at the front of the line gabbing, blabbing, and grabbing, okay? More than once, I got out of line and went to the front and said, "Is there a problem?" Oh, no, there's no problem, sorry. And then the line would start moving real fast. Okay, what else we got here on all tied up? Karma, hot mess. We've got 6 of Swords. Well, maybe we're being guided out of this mess. That's what this healing is about, the star. And the Empress, okay? So this Empress energy is, it's kind of a birthing. It's a mother, pregnant, birthing energy that maybe we're birthing something new. We're going through the waters, right? The birth canal, maybe, I don't know. And we're healing, we're coming to a place of a more humanistic lifestyle that isn't so, corporate enslavement focused. Let's make up your mind, please. Too many, although I see the Queen of Cups. Make up your mind. My deck's upside down. Make up your mind. Okay, I'm just going to take the top one. Ace of Cups. Remember I said you got to make up your mind what you want to believe, okay? And I want to believe that things are getting better. This is betterness, right? Look at that. There's the Holy Spirit up there. And the cup runneth over. Maybe it runneth over with healing waters that are birthing, you know, a new earth. First, everything has to get cleared away in the storm. All these gabby, blabby, grabby NPCs are getting cleared away. You know, a lot of them got cleared away in the pandemic, and we're still having a lot of deaths and illness. Redemption, 9 of Pentacles. Well, this is a self-sufficient energy. It's a stay in your lane, tend your own garden energy, and generate your own profits. Don't rely on corporate, whatever they are, to give you a job or to get money from. There's talk that maybe, like, not just talk, but we know we're in a financial reset. So part of that may be a new money system. This might be talking about that. It is said that it's going to be gold-backed, so this might just be that, the gold-backed new financial system that's coming into being. And in order for this to happen, you have to go through this first, all this storm and karma and, you know, inflation. Although I think that part of why we have the inflation is because the bad guys, if you will, had their accounts frozen. That was in my downloads, that accounts were being frozen, okay? So the bad guys don't have any money to operate with. They had to be choked off. That's part of this storm we're in. And part of bringing in a new financial system is not letting them run it anymore, because all they were doing basically is running a big criminal enterprise. So that's what this redemption is about. It's about bringing in this new financial system that's not run by bad guys, not run by criminals, not run by these networks of weird, gabby, blabby, you know, NPCs and their damn sock puppet media. I'm really hoping that is going to change soon. I think that's one of the biggest problems that we have, is the sock puppet media that pushes this narrative that's fake. It's just fake. And, you know, I don't know about you, but I mean, like, are you happy with the current administration? Are you happy with that? Who's happy with that? If you are, you know, maybe you're a sock puppet. I don't know. Or maybe you don't know when to fold them. Our previous president came in saying everything was fake news, remember? He said fake news. He told us that on his first day in office, or in the build-up to him coming in. He told us about fake news. Like, some of us knew that. We didn't need to be told, you know. Let's get some of these Mystic Martian Oracle cards. You know, I'm down by Roswell. I'm in the part of the country where the invaders came, and it's their territory, and they had a big territory here. And I think they're the ones that are part of these bad guys that were running everything. They are, you know, they jump in bodies, and they engineered some human-looking bodies, and they jumped into them, and they took over the government. They took over all the institutions, the banks, everything. This has been going on for quite a while now. Okay. But I do think that we had a problem with another star race or races that came in here, and they made agreements. They made agreements with various world governments, but they broke them all. They broke them all, okay? And then they just went to work forming up their mafias and their crime networks until we ended up with this. They had everybody tied up in balls and knots of karma. Like one of their big enterprises was blackmailing people. You know, I talked about hidden cameras. That's how they do it. They get compromising video of people. I heard another reader giving a reading about someone who was recruiting good-looking people to be in sex videos, and boy, it rang a bell. I remembered that my employer, the last employer I had near Aspen, was giving these big fancy dinner parties at their expensive 1%er mansion. And I think that's why they were doing it. I think they were looking people over. And that person knew that the people were just fighting to get invited to these dinners. And I think that they probably got video of everybody who came to the dinners and decided, okay, let's get this one, let's get that one. They probably found out all about each one. And then they might have gotten invited to some parties where they might have been drugged. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just telling you what I'm getting downloads right now. I think those people were in the hidden camera business. I think they used hidden cameras at my job that I had up there working for them. And when I left, when I quit, because I was sick of being overworked and underpaid up there, that is the most expensive zip code in the country. And I kind of got strong-armed into taking that job because I was wrongfully terminated from another job in another town. When I realized that I must be a victim of a very infamous government SAP program, they're called. It's a black program that's very, very notorious. Syrians, artistic integrity, honesty. Syrians. Well, you know, I do think we have issues with these other star races that came in, and you know, good or bad, they did things here that they shouldn't have done and broke agreements. Water, element, water. We have water here in the healing of this, and here. Got a lot of water here. Mantis beings. Enigma, elusive, sensitive. We may have these star races here visiting. Men in Black. Yeah, this has to do with those SAP programs that I was talking about. I was saying that I got forced out of a job because I realized that I must be part of one of these SAP programs. And then I was offered this other job, and I really didn't have any choice. It wasn't a good choice. It was put to me like it was a choice, you know. But it caused a tower in my life personally, because I had to sell the only asset I had, which was a townhome I owned. I had to sell it and move because I couldn't figure out how I would rent it and still be able to service that and be the landlord from far away. I had to move into the mountains to take this other job. And pretty much they paid me just enough so that I couldn't afford to do anything. I had to stay up there all the time. And I think those people were in the hidden camera video business. And the town that I came from was full of people doing administration in that whole human trafficking thing going on all over the place. It was a very nice town, a nice college town, and There was a lot of signs of money laundering that I saw. Many. I realized that was going on. That's why they pushed me out of that town, because I kept seeing things and knowing what I was looking at. Oh, here we go. This is who's these gabby, blabby, grabby energy. It's these reptilians. And where I am now is their territory. This whole part of the country. And I really think the storm is happening to get them out. They really took a hold. They got everybody all tied up in these karmic knots by blackmailing people with their sex tapes and shit. And they were trafficking people and trafficking organs. There's an organ right there. I don't know if they're trafficking brains or what. But I did read somewhere recently that there was a breakthrough in organ transplants where someone was able to change DNA. Someone's DNA was changed after they had an organ transplant. So this might explain why some chosen ones or people from these royal bloodlines are being sought after, tracked down. I don't know. Maybe people want to harvest their organs. I think somebody was running a scheme like that against me, and I backed out because I saw a lot of red flags. I was like, I don't know what's going on here, but I'm going to close myself into my house and not come out. And that's what I did, and I thwarted their plans. But I think those people and that ex-boyfriend of mine that I got away from and one of his cousins, I think they had a plan to abduct me and do a video of me, maybe even do rape or something, because these people have raped me before. And they might have been planning to kill me so they could traffic my organs because somebody wants the DNA. I was abused here by doctors a few years back. And it seemed like they wanted way too much blood. They kept asking me for blood tests. And my doctor was weird too. And, you know, not to smear anybody, but it was an obvious trans woman. Very obvious. She also told me she was U.S. Navy. Ho, okay. I asked her point blank, can I know my blood type, please? And deer in the headlights, I can't tell you that. Why not? Oh, because it's, you don't need to know. And she didn't have a good reason, but said that she couldn't tell me what my own blood type is. I still don't know. Somebody does. Later that year, my medical records got hacked. I have documentation of that. Okay. This is just some of the stuff that's going on down here in this state. In their territory. In their territory. Okay, are we clearing these out? Is that what the storm's all about? My God, I hope so.